Hi, I'm Kateri Drexler. Welcome to the instructor overview for the Wiley MOAC courses. These are all competency-based with modular learning objectives, online learning labs, and meaningful assessments so students can demonstrate mastery of the material on their own schedule. An important goal of the program is to prepare students to pass the MOAC exams. Each of the courses is designed using the same format. So let's take a look at a sample course now. moac 7687 Configuring Windows 8.1. We'll look at the course structure first and then circle back to look at some of the instructor tools for monitoring class progress. When you sign into the course, you'll see a welcome video from our subject matter expert Keith Hurl with a transcript beneath it. This course is divided into 6 different modules, each of which is structured in exactly the same way. So let's take an in-depth look now at one of those. Each module will begin with a 10-question pre-quiz. This is to assess a student's current knowledge and also to help prepare them for the content ahead. I have already taken this quiz a number of times and have not done that well on it. After a student takes a pre-quiz, they can proceed through the material in the unit. They're also welcome to take the pre-quiz as many times as they wish. So let's try that again now so I can demonstrate how the quizzes work. I can click through the questions, click answers on each one of them, or I can skip the questions entirely. So let's say I want to skip question number 3. I can see on the right-hand side that the questions I've answered are grayed out, the questions I haven't are not. So I know that I still need to answer question number 3 and all the rest of these. So I can navigate back to question number 3 just by clicking on it. And then I can continue on with the rest of the quiz. When I'm finished with the quiz, I can finish the attempt. Now I'm not going to do all of these questions for time, but you can see after I submit this for grading, I can tell immediately which ones are right, which are wrong. All of the questions I got right are in green and the ones I got wrong are in red. If I want to go directly to a question that I got wrong to see what the right answer is and get an explanation for that, I can do so. When I'm ready to go back into the course material, there are a couple of different ways to navigate. I can use the back button on my browser, or I can use the breadcrumbs above here to go directly into the module itself, which I will do. You'll see some completion boxes on the right-hand side with check marks. When a student views a resource, the checkbox completes. We can see which students have accessed which resources, and we'll take a look at how to do that in a moment. Each module begins with exam competencies, so students can understand what will be covered on the exam itself. Module 1 in this course has 3 separate lessons, and each lesson begins with an introduction. The objectives associated with the lesson are also listed, and then we get some real-world applications of the content in the lesson from our subject matter expert, and a written explanation of the case study that he goes over is also provided. There are a number of different features that are broken out within each lesson, including Ask Yourself. These are questions to get students thinking about what they would do in real-world scenarios. A vital source reading is also provided for each lesson. If I click on this, it will take me directly to the chapter covered. So here's what I will see. This is lesson 1 itself. I can navigate to other lessons if I want to continue on from here. I can also navigate through this lesson by using the arrow above, or go directly to a page number by putting the page number in here and clicking go. So continuing on for the rest of the resources, I see a PowerPoint presentation. This is the same kind of PowerPoint presentation that an instructor might use in a classroom. So I can click through this and see all of the different slides. And then each lesson also contains a virtual lab using Windows 8.1. So if I click to open the instructions on the lab, this will come up as a pop-up. Now I can use this pop-up and navigate between that and the lab itself and get some detailed instructions for completing the lab. So if I want to click on the lab right now, I can click on this and it will take me to the moac lab itself. Now you'll notice here this looks exactly like a desktop would. So when I can go back and forth and look at the detailed instructions for completing the lab, and then I can complete it. When I'm through with this lab, I can navigate back to the lesson, again using my breadcrumbs. If I have to leave the course before finishing the module, I can see where I left off the next time I log in, because these completion boxes will stay completed if I access the resources, or they will be blank if I did not. When I'm finished with the module, I can take the 30-question post quiz down here. So now let's look at some of the tools instructors have to use. There are a number of reports that you can get, including the grader report. So let's click on that right now. Here I can see the different students that are in the class. So I have a few students in this one. Some of them have taken the pre-quiz. Most of them have, it looks like, except for one. Gary England has not. Several of them have taken the post-quiz. It looks like if I scroll through here, one has also gone on to Module 2 and taken the pre-quiz for that at least. So this gives me an idea of where students are at. Looks like one student did not do very well on the pre-quiz, but then after going through the material did very well on it. So if I want to see which students have accessed which resources, I can do that through another report, and we can get some more information about which students are completing what activities and how well they're doing. So if I go to the activity completion report, here I will get a list of all of my students and all of the activities that all of the resources that they have clicked on. So I can see here one of my students that was in trouble, Gary England, it looks like has not participated, has not done anything in the course. So if I happen to have had a lot of students in here and I wanted to just search for Gary, I could do that just by going to his last name, and here he is, and then again we can see he hasn't done anything. So I know that he's in trouble. There are a couple of different other ways to look and see whether students are in trouble. We can look at the grade summary here to look at the class as a whole. We can also go to student tracking, and with the student tracking report I can put some parameters in here. So if I want to see, okay, who's really in trouble, I can run this report and see which students I need to reach out to. So this gives you an overview of the course itself, and then some of the things that you can look at through the different reports. And we really thank you for your interest in this. We're very excited about this program, and we hope you are too. So thanks so much for listening.